We are actually live and on air with Loudmouth Radio. We're on Tea Time, the Entrepreneur Academy, live on Loudmouth Radio. And we have a very special guest in the studio this evening, Fresh and Clean Solutions, LLC of the Inland Empire. And as always, we're very excited about being on air. If you have not had an opportunity to grab your favorite drink or whatever it is that you may need to do to ease your mind, because it's the end of the day, hopefully whether you're on the Pacific Coast where we are right now or on the East Coast, or even if you're somewhere across seas, I hope you're winding down, because I am so prepared to do the same thing. As always, as your host, I'm always so excited to be able to feature different services of businesses that are doing some amazing things. And today, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You're going to learn some great things, some new things, and some very important things. And what I always like to do is give a soft introduction about the guests and allow them to also come on air. And as always, I'm sure you know by now our regimen, we're always going to give time to recognize our media partners and to make sure that we are all good in our neighborhood. And if you're on air with us and you want to speak, feel free to call our studio line at 347-826-7520. And if you hit the one on your keypad, I will see you and bring you in. And if you desire to speak with our guests, please let us know your name and where you're calling from, and we will be more than happy to answer your questions and get your feedback. And as always, we always want to start off our broadcast recognizing our media partners who have been ride or die with us and have been a big component and part of our building as we're going into our 8th season very soon. I cannot believe it. 8 years for Loudmouth Radio coming up in the beginning of the year is nothing but short of a blessing, especially with COVID, right? We've all tried to adjust to the new normal, I guess, all right? I don't even know if we can call this predictability at this point, right? So our special guests, Robbin and Aaron, are right before me. When I come back from this little break from hearing our media partners, I'm going to introduce you to them, and you should hear their voices very shortly, so hold tight as we are going to go to a quick commercial break.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. Ready to start a new career within the lucrative trucking industry? Start your dispatch agent training today with Solid Rock Solutions Group, now offering an online 2-day training class, which also includes a 60-day mentorship program to ensure you have the knowledge you need as a freight dispatch agent. What better way to prepare you for a new journey in trucking? Now is an exciting time to take control of your future, the convenience of working from home, and gain the skills you need to advance in this fast-changing, high-demand market. The trucking industry is growing at an unprecedented speed and is in constant need for qualified dispatch agents to keep the business moving ahead. With over 20-plus years of experience, Solid Rock Solutions is committed to guiding you in your next level of business in this amazing career. Now offering weekly classes, register today at solidrocksolutionsgroup.com. Recent auto accident, back pain, neck pain, stress, headache? Ewing Chiropractic can help. Here at Ewing Chiropractic, our office utilizes an approach of pain relief measures for the treatment of auto accidents, slip and fall, sport, and on-the-job injuries, as well as acute and chronic pain. We can be reached at 678-586-3592 and located at 5459 North Henry Boulevard, GC in Stockbridge, Georgia. Healing the injured one spine at a time. We can be reached at ewingchiropractic.com.
All right, guys. I hope everyone is ready to hear some good stuff because I'm ready to share some good news with you. Our special guest this evening, Fresh and Clean Solutions of the Inland Empire. And for those who may not be familiar with Southern California, the Inland Empire is a very large area that encompasses Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County. Just between those two counties alone, you have probably hundreds of cities and municipalities within that area. And so because of that, you have a very large footprint, and most people that are familiar with this area, you have cities like Ontario and Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga, West Covina, and you start going towards your Los Angeles area, they consider that the Inland Empire. So it's a substantial footprint in Southern California. And so as a small business, it's nothing short of a feat to be able to start a business here and successfully run it. Okay, let me start off saying that because a lot of times people think it's just easy to just start and do something. And it's easy to start something, but to sustain it is the most important part, right? Yes. So our very special guest, Fresh and Clean Solutions, is a Black-owned, founded by a team of professional healthcare and healthcare engineering administrators holding a passion in providing a clean and healthy environment. Fresh and Clean Solutions was founded in Rancho Cucamonga, California in the year 2020. So that's some good stuff that came out of 2020, guys. Yes, amen. Amen. Right here in the heart of Southern California. Our founders are Robbin Coleman. And this girl got some credentials behind this. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to let Robbin explain a lot of those, but I can definitely see she has an MBA. I know that she's a registered nurse, and I also believe that there's a behavioral science health administrator.
Yes, or not behavioral science, but yes, healthcare administrator, yes.
Okay, so healthcare administrator.
In my licensed vocational nursing with master's degree.
Okay. So literally, we also have Aaron Hill, who has also, he's got some tags behind his name as well. I'm going to allow him to also express to you what that is in its entirety. Aaron and Robbin both are coming from healthcare professions. And Aaron, the BAI stands for? Bachelor's in Engineering. Okay, awesome. So living in a fast-paced corporate lifestyle, as you can understand, our founders notice a strong correlation between the quality of their work, the cleanliness of their work environments, and in addition, the impact of neat and clean homes. I want to say that they actually have really accredited this to residential cleaning from a partner that resulted in happier personal and social lives for them themselves, and discovering that outsourcing cleaning services was a better way to overall bring health in all aspects of their lives. So they made this passion developed into a great business, and they started this cleaning service to create a happier environment. So Fresh and Clean Solution proudly serves the cities and counties of L.A., San Bernardino counties, and the surrounding cities that I have mentioned. So what I want to do first is give an opportunity for either Aaron or Robbin to kind of just introduce one and kind of let you guys introduce yourselves. And we'll just start with Robbin first. And Robbin, if you would.
Yes, so I'm Robbin Coleman, and I'm from the Rancho Cucamonga area. As you mentioned before, I started off nursing, got my LVN credentials, then went on to my bachelor's in healthcare, and then got my master's in business. And after graduating with my master's in business, I knew that I always wanted to work for myself. I knew that eventually I would be a business owner. Around that time, me and Aaron Hill, who's my business partner now, we both were discussing how to start a janitorial company. We both had maid cleaning services at our home, and we felt, working full-time at a job, how stressful it can be, and the last thing you want to do is come home to a dirty home. So having that maid cleaning service really, really improved our quality of life. So we started this idea like, well, wait, why don't we start a company out of this? But before we get into those details, Aaron, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
I'm Aaron Hill, and profession in scientific injection molding through plastics and engineering. Graduated from Cal Poly with an engineering bachelor's, and it's starting this company has been great. It's a lot of benefits to not coming home to a dirty home, and just a huge stress relief when you're not dealing with too much of the just ongoing headaches and stress of your daily lives, and having to add cleaning methods and stress behind that when you come home. So it's been great, as Robbin talked about, and just seeing the benefits and the perks of it, and being able to establish here in Rancho Cucamonga, and being able to venture out and help other homeowners and businesses, and really just touch on the safety of cleanliness, especially with the pandemic that we're dealing with right now. Things have gone crazy, and just being able to be a part of that to try to bring sense and like a safe haven to, again, homeowners, businesses, to be able to live their daily lives and not have to worry about the scares of the pandemic through uncleanliness. So things have been good. It's ongoing, it's growing, and just happy to be a part of it.
Absolutely, I love this, guys. What I want to do, I'm sorry. What I want to be able to do is speak candidly about what we're doing here as a whole, is having an opportunity to speak on something that's very important from a healthcare perspective. What I love about this conversation, this particular show, and the element of what we're dealing with right now is there's no secret we're dealing with COVID, okay? And because of that, because we're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with a lot of serious health issues, and we're dealing with sanitation and cleanliness and the desire and the need to keep environments safe. So I know we're talking about residential, and most people are going to be able to control their own environment, right? So in controlling your own environment, you actually have the ability to better navigate this process of, trying to keep your home safe. But when you leave your home and you decide to go to a restaurant, you decide to go to some type of environment of some type of retail store, anything like that, you want to be able to know that you're safe physically, you and your family, anybody else, your customers. If you're a business owner yourself, this is a very important conversation that we need to have, and that a lot of times people are not really prepared to have, because they're not thinking about the real consequences of opening up your environment to having people come in there. So for you guys, it could have been a more convenient time.
Yes. We started this company in January, and then in March, the COVID-19 epidemic was, in the United States. And so, it was just like perfect timing. Everything aligned, and, it really put us in a position to help these facilities and families at home deal with the COVID-19 crisis, and make them, not only from a sanitation point of perspective, but it's also the state of mind. When you feel like you're coming home to a clean house, or you feel like you're going to a job site that has a trained janitorial crew that can keep the workplace clean during these times, is vital. So it came at a very opportune time.
Yeah, Aaron, for you, you've got a very unique background. I know you kind of explained with your degrees, But can you tell just the average layman person what it is that your background, your education means, and how that actually translates to you being a part of this management group of this particular company? How really important is your experience and your education in correlation to fresh and clean solutions?
So scientific injection molding, we deal mainly with plastics. So again, I'm in the medical field, and just being a part of the medical field, when this whole pandemic hit, I specialize in making test tubes and test plates, things that the universities and medical facilities use to fight the COVID-19. So, again, I don't want to say it's luck, but it was a great time in getting into the company or starting the idea of the company before the pandemic hit. It just, complemented the background that I'm already in of medical and, making sure things are safe and, people are following, guidelines and safety procedures of with this cleanliness, so it all kind of ties it together, it's just been good.
So for you being able to do something like this, what does it mean for you in correlation to what your skill sets are? How does that advance you beyond just working in corporate?
It just, working in corporate and working for yourself, it's a different meaning. We wake up every day for our corporate jobs, and we know what we're going to be doing. We know what we're going to do the next day and the next day. And, starting this company, we don't know what we're getting into. And just the whole timing of it, we haven't really even sat back to realize that we actually own the company.
Right.
We had the intentions of, helping people out and, relieve more time for them in their daily lives to focus on other areas. But, when the COVID hit teen, we had to adapt. We had to learn. We had to train. We had to read requirements, regulations, and we just had to, get in tune and keep moving. So, again, just being in the medical field, it's hand in hand. I have the engineering, manufacturing side, and now I have, what I call the prevention side. So, I'm fighting two battles here. We're making parts and we're making things for the customers to fight the COVID-19, and on the business side of things, we're fighting the actual, virus.
Prevention.
Yeah, prevention and
spreading of it.
Training, and not just going in and cleaning the facility and leaving, but actually, training the people or the homeowners on how to prevent it from when we do leave. We could come in and we could clean the place, but, if you're not following the guidelines and procedures, who's to say when it's going to come back? So really just, speaking on the knowledge of the whole situation and trying to get everybody to be in tune with it. So, it's been the best of both worlds for me. So
that is awesome. I want to allow Robbin to actually interject here. I know you're coming from a nurse and a much advanced level of healthcare administration. So, Robbin, what is your role, specifically your concentration with Fresh and Clean, and some of the things that you think is important that you have to, identify in the process?
So it's very important for me to stay updated with, the CDC recommendations for janitorial companies and just for house cleaners, for our employees, our janitors, keeping up to date with their workplaces. I'm sorry, am I?
No,
yes. Okay. So my role is pretty much keeping up with regulations, getting a commercial and residential contract, making sure all of the employees are trained and trained in the right certifications, making sure a lot of the administrative part is up to date and we're in compliance. And I think that I credit that to my, administration background. So that's pretty much my primary role. We're dealing with, our employees are front line in this epidemic, and I think people need to really understand the risk that our employees go through. They have to be on the front line cleaning. We don't know if COVIDs are in our retail spaces. We don't know if they're at these distribution centers that we do. We don't know if it's at the client's home. So, everyone has to be trained to go in to these workplaces and residential homes prepared and to walk in as if the COVID virus exists, as if it's there. So, keeping up with that's been a challenge. I think that's probably the biggest challenge that we have is employee management during these times. But I do think it's very important to give them recognition because they are putting their lives,
For real.
Yeah, really, it really is.
You hear people say that, and people take it light, but it's really real. I think a lot of people took offense to governmental heads of government saying, "Hey, this is more essential than this. This is more essential than that." And the truth of the matter is, you do have everybody's got different roles. All of us play a part, but there is a aspect that your risk is higher in certain things that you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I love about what you're saying is you're educating.
Yeah.
Because I can do all these applications, but there's also a role you have to play after I leave.
Definitely.
And then I'm going to be honest with you. I remember when this first happened, people were talking about, this is probably pinpointing just how nasty we are as a society when it comes to germs and things, how we don't think about washing our hands as much. And you find out now how easy it is to spread virus.
Definitely.
So how important is it for business owners who are, your possible potential customer to utilize your services daily, weekly, or, semi-weekly, whether you're coming in more than just one-time shots?
Right. So I can break it down for you. For our residential clients, I think it's critical for them to at least get cleaning once a month, maybe bi-weekly, but we do explain to them, hey, use this type of chemical to, clean your touch points, doorknobs, things of that nature, to make sure that if your kid comes home from, playing outside or wherever, that they're not bringing the virus back to the home. For our retail clients, such as grocery stores and shopping centers that are open, we have, especially the grocery stores, it's vital for us to be in there every day. And so our contracts with our retail centers, we have janitors there every day, daily. And it's important to, keep the staff that are daily porters at these retail facilities updated on CDC recommendations and, just to keep them safe as well. But, these essential places that are open, like the grocery stores, you're being exposed every day.
Absolutely.
So
without a shadow of a doubt, I think it's funny that you'll have certain things that the government would say, look, salons, which they actually, which is crazy, it's no secret, my wife is a cosmetologist, owns a salon here. Part of their regimen is sanitation. Mm-hmm. And nails, hair, barber have been hit probably one of the hardest industries. Like the nail shops are not even open still here. People on the curb looking like sidewalk sales trying to get their manicures and pedicures, right? So what would be ideally the best way to contract Fresh and Clean Solutions to minimize infection in big environments like small, medium, and large? Like, what would ideally, so for a small enterprise like a salon space or a small boutique or retail store, what would you suggest?
I would suggest, so it's funny you said that because we do have a few barbershops that we contract with that we have done COVID-19 sterilization. They've had a few cases. Right. And
the bank.
Yeah, the bank, right. I would say the proper protocol is to at least have a janitorial company come in maybe an hour or two a day, have it a daily contract because, you'll have, your clients come in and out every day when they're open, so you're getting re-exposed. And I can understand how for small businesses that can be extremely financially aggressive. Yeah, financially aggressive.
But if you don't do it, if
you don't do it, then you risk, what the governor's trying to do, shut the small businesses down. And I kind of hate to speak on my political views on air, but, the alternative.
It's not a political view. It's really what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a decision that your higher office is making.
Yes.
And we're following in line, trying to navigate the best we can.
Well, and I will say I do disagree. I feel like this is hurting the small businesses where we can all be, I know we can overcome it, but I do feel like small businesses need to open with the right protocol. So my advice with that would be to hire a janitorial company that can afford for one employee to come out and do their sterilization on a daily basis, because a lot of the CDC, EPA products that are used to kill the coronavirus, it'll kill the virus on the surfaces for about 24 hours. But it the next day more people come. So, and I'm sure, janitorial companies, they're really profiting right now during this epidemic, but with that being said, there's a lot of competition out there. What that means for small businesses.
Not all equivalency.
Right.
Not all cleaning businesses are on the same level.
Right. Yeah, let's put that out there. We
all matter a little bit, but y'all on the same level. Let's be real.
Yes, but with that being said, with more competition, it leads the small businesses to have, more bidding rights when it comes to these contracts. Like, hey, we want you to come clean so we can stay open, but we only can afford this. And the right companies, Black-owned companies, would understand that. Because the right companies will come in and make that happen, because, our passion is far more than janitorial cleaning. We have a passion for small businesses in general. Yeah. So we would love to see it open back up with the right protocol and minimize everyone's risk with us still living our lives and not being siloed in the house. So
we don't want to be trapped.
Yeah. We don't want to be trapped, especially when there's solutions out there.
Right.
So
like fresh and clean.
Like fresh and clean solutions.
So, Aaron, for you being, you're still proactively working in corporate America.
Right.
And I'm not trying to blast nothing about your job itself, but just going back to work, coming out of quarantine, or when we were in lockdown, or whatever we were in, COVID capture. Right. What have you seen different from the environment before till now?
Well, for one, it's been hard, definitely, but I haven't seen any quarantine days. I haven't seen any lockdown days. My job has been open, since it's all kicked off.
Wow.
And even bumped up from 24/5 to 24/7. So for me, it was right. Yeah, absolutely. But just we didn't really have time to make a decision. We had to adapt and adjust as it came along. So being in the company, and promoting health and sanitation and cleaning and things like that. I mean, I have to come home every day from work. So you can't control what other people do after they, if they're an essential worker or a non-essential worker. Like you said, we all play a part in doing this. If you're non-essential and you're at home, do the right procedures and protocols and do go to the store. If you come home as being an essential worker, make sure you're following the same guidelines of cleanliness and things like that, because, again, you can't control what the next person does.
Exactly.
And for me, it's just, it was adjustments that need to be made. I do implement that. I wash my hands a lot more. I do now.
I know I'm over here dry.
I'm dry. Yeah, I keep motion.
Man, can't find alcohol. I was like, man, we can't find alcohol. We can't find no rubbing alcohol.
It's just something that's needed.
White over white.
Yeah, everything.
So, what does the future of Fresh and Clean look like over the next year? Like, what's some of the things that you guys would like to put forth in growth? Not that I'm saying to give off necessarily proprietary information, but just like seriously for the public's perspective, this is what we're doing. There's no secret. We're getting ready to go into the cooler season. Right. We're getting ready to go into the, what they know as the flu season.
Right.
So things about to get even realer than what we just came from. And it's all, matter of fact, I talked to a relative who's a nurse today who was having an embarked conversation. And I said, cousin, what do you think number-wise going into the winter? And she's like 1.8 million just because of the spread of it.
Right.
So for you, what do you all feel in this seat? How, your company can make a difference?
I think establishing the proper protocols for all lines of business that we handle, residential, small businesses, commercial, retail centers, developing a plan, implementing it, and making it safer. And what our goal is to pretty much is whatever facility that we clean and provide our COVID-19 sterilization services to, we want to see those cases drop in those facilities. That's definitely a really big goal. As Aaron said before, we can't control when the employees go home, what they do, who they interact with, and the spread of it, but we can help minimize that. And if we can minimize the number of cases or the severity of cases, I think that would be an ultimate goal. And we would like to see our company do that, I would say, across Southern California, not just the inland entire San Bernardino County, LA County, Orange County, but spread into other counties and really make an impact. But as you know, we're a small business, so that's going to take time. But we really want to, I think that's the part that fulfills us, is knowing that we are making it cleaner and more sanitized. And we had a distribution center, I can't say the specific name, where they had a few cases. And, we looped back with the vice president of that company and said, hey, keep us updated on your number of cases. We want to make sure that those cases are decreasing and we want to see that correlation with our services. So I think that's pretty much the vision of our company. We also want to implement a training program for companies that can't afford regular janitorial services. Maybe they want to in-house their janitorial services. Pretty much
so
develop.
Consultant services.
Right.
Right. Let me empower you. If you can't truly afford to,
yes,
and maybe bundle, we come in once a month, as they say, do a deep clean.
Yes.
Versus it may not be you can't even afford me every week.
Right.
But you get me once a month.
Right.
And we catch up where you guys may be
lacking in.
Right.
That's where we kind of feel like the major impact is going to be, because a lot of companies, they're going out there, they're doing their job, their sanitation, they're sterilizing everything, cleaning everything down, and they leave. We want to approach it differently, because again, trying to control what the person do when they leave the facility. So education for me is like, for us is huge. How do we educate you? How do we give you the knowledge that you need, that you can go home and implement into your homes? Your essential small word of mouth. If we can teach you something, then you're spreading the word around at the barbershop or the nail salon. When you're getting your things done, that's educating. And the more people that we can educate, is the more that we can try to control, this virus, because the chemicals only last for so long. And if companies aren't going to bring us back in on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly, then we have to do something deeper, and that's touching, the mindset of people. If we can change the mindset, then, we can try to control this pandemic a lot sooner. So
I love it. Well, let me tell you what's so important. At this point in time, outside of what we have before us, we really don't know what we're going into. We've never had a roadmap, so there's a lot of things that we're not sure of, right? So we try to do the things that we can do that can give us some type of predictability. Are you guys introducing something that will allow some level of lower infection transferring in like retail? We're getting ready to hit the holidays, so traffic is going to get increased. Now, Amazon, other companies like that have been fulfilling online, they ain't missed a beat. Right. They already know. Last year we had a record-breaking Black Friday and holiday season. Now you put that on top of COVID. You cannot tell me that these retail stores would not be fighting to try to have people in their stores. They're going to do their best to prepare for online sales, but you're still going to have people that's like, no, I want to go inside. I want to shop. So to our big box, because you guys can also provide services to a big box corporation.
Yeah. Well, we actually do. We have a few contracts.
Correct.
Retail, specifically some grocery stores.
Okay.
So with, the holidays coming up and, as customers flee into the grocery stores, because mostly, most people I know don't want to buy groceries online, especially produce and stuff.
Even though you've had an increase in like Instacart.
There's an increase in that, but I've used that, and they come, usually they'll run in and.
On the other side of the building. You call me about my crab legs. Apple down the street.
Yeah.
And in California in itself, there's some, and this is a whole other conversation, a whole other radio show, but there's some legal issues right now with ride share and you know what I'm talking about? Those companies. So it's a possibility that may make a Uber, a Lyft, and things like that not be as accessible as it normally is.
Right, and like you said, that's probably a different conversation because I can go on and on about that. But I mean, we're depending on these for people to drop off our groceries to reduce the impact of COVID. But how do I know who's driving my groceries? Their car's not dirty with my groceries in it. So, and they're not sleeping and eating some of your snacks up. And so it's kind of like a two-headed sword. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But to answer your question about these major big corporations that will have an influx in customers, I would say they need to prepare to, for one, reimburse these janitorial companies. Because like I said before, we are frontline. We are dealing with the virus. We are helping keeping your facilities in code. We're helping your facilities stay open. And a part of that is, when you're bidding for some of these contracts and they don't want to, pay you what you're pretty much worth, then we have to cut hours. When we have to cut hours, we only have a certain amount of manpower to clean your big facilities. So it's very important for this to be an effort that is not just with us janitorial companies, but with these big major retailers and businesses. They have to increase the contract for more quality. I mean, you kind of get what you pay for, and prepare to have more janitors on site and prepare to have that adequate coverage. That's very, very important. But I do think that, sorry.
Yeah, we're in the studio. We're trying to take the air down. But these mics are picking up the air. I can hear the wind just bobbing over here like Beyonce. They're blowing in the wind. So guys, y'all hear that little, that's the actual AC. Aaron and Robin was nice enough to bring us some drinks.
Yeah, I have
and we're over here sweating. So go ahead, Robin. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that this epidemic can be fought, and there's room for everyone to participate, and so we can stop this halt on our lifestyles and halt on our income coming in. It's really a tragedy what's going on with a lot of, like you said, salon owners and barber shops and things like that being closed. I mean, I don't understand how these people are surviving. I've heard some of my friends have moved out of state because of this, because they can't, and all, to me, honestly, it's all unnecessary. It can be prevented if the right minds get together, strategize, and come up with a solution for us all to be, healthy in this environment and still participate in normal activities. Right. It's just, preparing, putting aside the funds to help prevent
prioritize.
Prioritize.
Yeah.
So to me, it's going to take a bigger effort across many different industries. But luckily for us, and I hate to say that during this COVID-19 era, but luckily janitorial companies are, they're reaping the benefits. But I do want to put a disclaimer out there. I know some other janitorial companies that aren't as passionate about their services.
Don't have to say charisma.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah,
they're just doing it, going through the motions, like, I want that money.
Right.
Taking advantage of what the situation is.
Yes, yes.
The commitment is different.
Right, the commitment is different. You know, they're getting in, they're getting the contracts in, and leaving and not really caring about the impact that they're making. There's been many nights where both Aaron and myself would have to go at 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning to go check on our employees, make sure they're doing a good job, making sure they're representing our company and doing what's right by the people that we contract with. To make sure that we are making a difference. We are sanitizing and cleaning in the proper procedure. We have very strict audits that we have with our employees. We take before and after pictures. We retrain. We're constantly retraining. All of those elements are very important for janitorial companies to make an impact in our society right now and what we're going through. So, you know, it can be done. It's just going to take a bigger effort.
Absolutely. So let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. Let's have a few of our media partners be recognized. So we're going to come right back from this commercial break. And we'll be talking back with Robbin and Aaron and more on Tea Time, the Entrepreneur Academy. Thank you guys for listening. Just hold tight.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Hello, I'm Denise Kennedy, owner of Shirley Girl Boutique. My brand is plus-size women fashion, sizes 1X to 3X, specializing in plus-size maxis and jumpsuits. I also offer African-inspired pieces, one size fit most. My ideal clients are beautiful plus-size and curvy women who looks like me and who has embraced their curves and loves what she wears. My goal as an image consultant is to provide style and fashion to complement those beautiful curves. If you're looking for plus-size maxis, jumpsuits, African pieces, please be so kind to visit my website at ShirleyGirlBoutique.com. Please like and follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Shirley Girl Boutique, or you can give me a call at 800-294-5497. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can also browse and shop 24/7 at Shirley Girl Boutique. Before I leave, I want to say thank you and to let you know that plus size is not a curse, it's an extra dose of loving.
Insurance Associates Atlanta, formerly Mathis Insurance Services, is an independent agency offering personal, commercial, life, and health insurance products to meet the needs of your business and your family. We specialize in helping you protect all of your assets, whether you're purchasing insurance for the first time or searching for better products at a better price. Feel free to contact us at 770-483-0310. We're conveniently located at 1030 Remington Drive in Conyers, Georgia. Visit us online at insurance-iaa.com.
All right, guys, we are back, and we are live here on Loudmouth Radio Network. Fresh and Clean Solutions, LLC, is with us. Aaron and Robbin, they have been an amazing asset to our radio network. I think that it's so important that we do not become bombarded with just COVID conversation to where you just feel like that's all that's being brought attention to, but at the same time, you can't ignore the things that are very important. And you guys have such a very important role. And I think what's so phenomenal, I was just sitting here listening to Robbin talk, and I'm like, this is a bad chick. You know, like literally you're coming from healthcare, and Aaron, you guys make a combination that's just like real truth. You know what I'm saying? You have the scientific, technical side aspect built in with healthcare and administration, and then implement that into a cleaning powerhouse as a management company. You know, as the managers of this company, and it brings about something that you can't ignore. You know, and it's to the point now, guys, where literally if you have a restaurant or a retail environment, if you need to shut down on the floors there your week, just to offset to be able to afford to bring Robbin and Aaron in and make that whole day a cleaning day, I guarantee you they'll see a better, they'll probably see just as much of the profits that they're getting on a day-to-day of operation. But just to let the general public know that you're taking that seriously and you're investing, to protect the environment.
Right.
What is your viewpoint at this point now that you think that you could bring to the Southern California area that may not be in position right now? Just from your own observation.
My observation for at least our commercial and retail clients, I feel that we can make a difference by decreasing the number of employees that are affected by this virus and this pandemic, decreasing sick days. Regardless if the COVID-19 pandemic was occurring, we still had employees calling off sick, and maybe they caught something at the office. We're helping decrease those number of work days missed because of illness. We're helping increase the work morale for the employees. When you're working in an office, if you feel like you're in a clean office, your mind is clearer. You have more focus. You have more clarity.
You're not in fear.
Yeah,
and you're not people dying out of there. Let's be real, Robin. Robin is real cute with her. Let's be like, you're a slob.
No,
and I'm gonna come and clean here, but that's things you need to pay attention to.
Yes.
But for real, Robin, you make a valid point. So continue to speak on what you're saying.
So
it's so important.
I do feel that we will and we have made a significant impact, and we will continue to do that as our contracts grow. We want to help increase the work morale. We want to help increase the health benefits for families and coworkers and everyone. We're all an environment here. So it's just one and the same. Like you go to work, you still got to come home to your family, and so that's for our commercial, services. But then you come home for our residential services. It all ties into cleanliness and increasing those health benefits and that state of mind. And Sunny's right. I mean, people are dying from this illness, and it should be taken. More seriously. So, that's how I feel that we can pretty much help the environment right now and help our communities.
Absolutely. Let me tell you what is so funny to me. As we get a little bit deeper into this, and let's talk about the vaccination process.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to sip my drink here with that conversation. Okay.
Well, because we've got to be realistic. We're probably looking at 2021, 22.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And there are people that are talking about resisting it and not wanting to take it. Look, please feel like y'all, they'll be giggling, right? Please tell me your thought process about, the vaccination, and most of the general public won't necessarily have access. It's not going to happen at the same time.
Right.
They're trying to monetize this from the government perspective. We already know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we know that.
I've already heard other countries have vaccinations, like Russia and China.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So,
okay.
My nurse beloved over here.
So I'm going to speak on this as carefully as I can, because my personal beliefs might conflict with, Western medicine.
Correct.
So me personally, I don't care if they were coming out with a vaccine in 2025 or this year. I won't be taking the vaccine unless I'm mandated and have to. But that, to me, that can take up a whole show of yours if I go into that level of thought. But I feel that so many people have been exposed to the coronavirus that the immunization, to me, it just seems more profit-driven than being health conscious. Because, if I don't know the exact numbers, I don't have those numbers in front of me of how many Americans have been exposed to the coronavirus.
Yeah, I'm so over it.
Yeah, it's like now we just have to take matters into our own hands and kind of try and prevent it. But in the least what kind of way am I? In the least invasive way. So for me, so many of us have already been exposed to it and don't even know it. A lot of people are silent carriers, children and stuff. I'm not confident that the vaccine will really help. I think it's financially driven, and that's why they're, pushing the vaccination. I do feel from a nursing perspective that it's important to build up your immunity, and a lot of that is done through small portions of exposure, pretty much, which has been happening right now. So our bodies are already starting to develop antibodies. You know what I mean? So, and I have more holistic viewpoints on health. So this is the point of the conversation. I know it's tricky. I know this toes are like coming up and down. I got to tread carefully because,
This is not necessarily the personal viewpoint perspective, but it is a perspective that as a profession and coming from your background, the way you approach this is not necessarily the same average way that other cleaning businesses that do not have your education and knowledge.
True. Right. Yeah, because, like we all are following guidance from the government, and that's all we pretty much know, right?
Feel like we're driving in the car as well.
Right. We're following the line here. Like we all have never dealt with this as a society on this issue, so we're kind of just taking it day by day as it comes. So I don't think there's any wrong or right answer, but if it was left up to me, I would still say, take your standard precautions to minimize the exposure. But if you are already exposed, I would do more things. Like I would tell my employees to go home and boil lemongrass, orange peels, garlic, and breathe in those. And do the more natural, solutions to it. So, my approach might be different. Now, I will say if the contract say, hey, your employees must be vaccinated, then we have our hands tied at that point. We have to get vaccinated. But personally, just candidly speaking, I would have a separate approach if I had the opportunity to. For me and my employees and my family and my close friends, I would have a completely, totally different approach to that. So the vaccination, to be honest with you, I'm trying not to even look too much into it because I don't want to be vaccinated. What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, like, dude. Like, I need another break there.
Me personally, I haven't really been, wrapped up too much in what's going on with the vaccinations and just, testing and when they're going to launch it and who has what. But just on a personal level, I don't feel like, I wouldn't take it. And, for my reasons of just, I don't like coping certain things. If it's not the COVID, then, then it's going to be this and it's going to be that. And it's just continuous vaccinations that they're going to be trying to, give us. And, just for me, like Robin said, just, building your own personal immune system and doing the things necessary to prevent, family members and friends and yourself from catching the virus. I've never been big on that, and I'm not going to go deep into the medical and the vaccination things because, I'm not 100%, fully knowledgeable and capable to speak the details of it. But just on a personal level, if it's something that's mandated, I'm not going to fight the system. But if it's optional, I'd rather take my chances on doing the things that will benefit me in the long run. I don't want, the vaccination to take care of this and then, 3 years down the line, just from not doing the proper cleanliness, we have another virus out there, and now we're talking about taking another vaccination.
But it's saying that it's mutating, which I do believe. It's mutating. Yeah, that it's changing some aspects of it, And your point is a real point that people really have to think. And from a residential side, you guys do residential cleaning too.
Correct.
So have you guys, what do you do more, commercial or residential? Or is it kind of even?
Initially, it was more residential. Now we're doing more commercial and retail now, but we do both. We have services for both. So now it's more commercial and retail. And we've had clients who have had personal family members who have passed away from the COVID-19.
Yeah.
And we've remember we had the pastor and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's been some hot spots where some areas have been
more
significantly impacted.
Right.
When they've been to areas, just like New York was just a hotbed.
Right.
So you got people on top of each other.
On
so
top of each other. But
I think they're like one of the most recovering states too. So
yeah, they had to go through hell to figure it out.
Yeah,
they had to.
I mean, because it doesn't come with a blueprint. It doesn't come with a.
And the governor there did a really good job communicating with the public, because literally, I mean, he was handling his state, but he kept us more abreast than any other level of leadership.
Yeah.
You know. So guys, you know, I want to make sure, is there anything that you want to share that I haven't asked you guys that you think is important that, you know, the public know about you guys from a perspective as, you know, retaining your services?
Right.
Please share.
Sure. I think it's very important because, you know, like I said earlier, there's a lot of competition out there, and, you know, bless the competition as well, because they're out there making an impact too. But specifically with us, with Fresh and Clean Solutions, we have a management system where we have healthcare background, we have administrative background, and we have a more vested interest in the health of our clients that we serve, on top of the community. It's important to know that with our services, we offer very exclusive training to our employees and a very strict audit regimen to make sure that our services are best. If our clients are not satisfied with our services, which rarely happens, we do address it and we will reimburse. You know, to us, it's more important to have a good network of happy clientele than to sorry, we're seeing our, you know, friends walk by, but you know, it's we want you guys to know that we have a vested interest and passion in helping all of our clients, whether that be our residential clients, whether that be our retail or commercial distribution center clients. We truly have a vested interest. There have been many times where both Aaron and myself, as the owner, will, you know, I'll take my heels off and put on my boots and go in and do the work myself to make sure that it is done correctly and that it's done to their standards. So that's the level of commitment that you have. We're not just a janitorial company that's just seeking the profits. We actually get out there front line and do what's necessary. And we take it passionately because we see how it's affecting our family and our friends and our loved ones and our community. So I think that's very important to know because, you know, anyone can pretty much open up a janitorial company and get the licenses and, you know, whatever you need to get for it. But it takes a special management team to have a true vested interest in helping and keeping that in mind. Making sure we do the proper research, making sure our protocol is right, making sure the technique that we use is up to date and it's up to standard, and it's something that we would do in our own home. So I think that's very important for all those who are listening to tap into. And yeah, we're very excited about this business. To see.
Sorry about that.
No, we're going to continue to see how this business venture rides out through this pandemic, but we're very excited and we're ready to roll with the punches and figure it out along the way and do our part to kind of help everyone involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aaron, for you, what are the things that you'd like to share that maybe you haven't spoke on? And we kind of, I guess we're at the point, guys, if you want, we can kind of wrap.
Yeah, no, I mean,
because I think you guys are getting a lot of, you know, plethora of information and real conversation about a real situation that really has to have real attention.
Yes.
This is not something that we can take light. And I think that what you guys are doing is the right time.
Yes.
You know, I know you guys, you know, have had the experience of having the cleaning service come into your home, but when this is eclipsed,
right,
you guys didn't hesitate. You guys went to work very quickly. So for you, Aaron, what tidbit would you like to kind of close out with?
Well, just coming from a production standpoint, you know, my job, we focus around numbers, you know, production output.
If you don't see Aaron's face, you can tell he will have numbers. You know, Robin's going to make sure all of this is covered.
Yeah.
Line.
Out there,
You know, you're looking at the line item. You know, these mother things. How many bottles did we order?
I mean, to keep the numbers rolling, to keep businesses open, you know, a lot of companies out there, they haven't adapted to it yet. You know, they're hiring a lot of, you know, temp employees to come in and do the cleaning, but they really haven't had the proper training and guidelines to follow to make sure that cleaning is effective. And, you know, we have to get over the mindset of, you know, cleaning services as being another bill, you know, because when that employee catches it and, you know, they're out and you're stopping production lines and you're increasing medical costs and medical bills, you know, who's really lost at the end of the day? You know, it's not the cleaning company. It's the numbers that you have to provide on your output to say, you know, to keep bringing in the revenue in. When you're losing employees and you're fighting medical costs, which is extremely high, especially in California. You know, I don't know any.
Let's not forget that part.
You know, so if we can help minimize that, you know, by you know, companies, you know, realizing that and paying the small fees to have us come out and professionally do it and to professionally train your employees, you know, I think you know, the benefits will be seen in the long run. So you know, just something that, you know, we want to touch on. So
great point. So guys, what I want to do is share. Have you guys share your social media? Let our listeners know how they can find you, how they can get to all your information.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob.
So our website, you can contact us via website, email, or phone. Our website is www.freshcleansolutions.org, and our email is freshcleansolutions, plural, LLC @gmail.com. And you can also contact us. We are open 24/7, and it is 9.
That's an emergency number. Don't be calling these people at 23 in the
right. Only serious inquiries, okay? An emergency situation.
24-hour emergency service.
Yes, it's 909-522-1287. It is a business cell, so you can feel free to give us a text for a quick quote, and we would be happy to meet any needs that you all may need. And then our Facebook is Fresh Clean Solutions also. So there you have it.
So I want to say this, guys. This has been a very good opportunity to hear some real work in the trenches. I want to thank you guys. You know, I don't know if people really recognize how important what you're doing and how you're risking yourselves to keep everybody else safe. So I tip my hat off to you for that, and not having the fear to tackle stuff like this, because it's not easy. It's very demanding, and I know it's extremely stressful.
It is.
And you know, my prayers for you guys, because I know we're about to go into a new holiday season, and the season is changing. So it's the inevitable.
Right.
It's the inevitable.
That is bracing for it.
Yeah, preparing, absolutely. So, guys, thank you so much. Again, yes, Fresh Clean Solutions, LLC of Southern California and the Inland Empire. Guys, make sure that you guys have an opportunity. If you know someone in the area that could utilize their services, please feel free to forward the information. This segment will be available on all your major radio platforms that you enjoy: iHeart, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Apple, Google Podcasts, Player Field, whatever you want, whatever you name, whatever you find. We're on Apple TV, TuneIn, get to it, right? But we want to make sure that people understand the severity of what Fresh and Clean commercial and residential cleaning solutions is providing, and that we can respectfully understand the necessity that they are. Guys, I'm also very excited to know that you guys have started this business, and whatever resources I have, because, running a business, right now there's a lot of things moving with the SBA. Mm-hmm. Take advantage of that. Yes. Mm-hmm. No hesitation. And like, what? Okay. But yeah, like seriously, there's probably so many more things that you guys may be eligible for. Right. Because we're getting into the sciences. We're getting into some real stuff here. And because of the CDC and other things like that, definitely should be some more opportunities for y'all. So thank y'all so much. Look, technical difficulties and all, y'all. We don't play no games in here. We always make sure we prepare, because I tell y'all, when this radio show started, the mics want to act crazy. Thank God Robbin and Aaron brought us some nice libations here, and we just kind of relaxed on into this wonderful session tonight. So, guys, thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, my good people, if you have any questions for us, we are available at loudmouthradio.com with 2 Ds. And we want to thank all of our media partners, Solid Rock Solutions Group. If you had an opportunity to hear this important message for dispatching agents, there's a tremendous opportunities for owner-operators. Connect with SolidRockSolutionsGroup.com. Let them know that Loudmouth Radio connected you to them. Also, we want to thank Shirley Girl Boutique, UN Chiropractic, Insurance Associates of Atlanta, Don Shea Shoes. We're going to make sure she go ahead and get her play and plug. You want to get you some awesome shoes, look online at DonSheaShoes.com. And we're just so appreciative of everyone that's taking the time to listen in to us. And make sure you stay tuned. We have more content, more shows, and more things for you. So thank you, guys. Take care.
Ladies, are you looking for the next best find? Don Shea Boutique will bring out your inner glam. The lady herself, Miss Don Shea, is dedicated to providing you with the latest in hot Atlanta fashion footwear. It'll make you stand out at every event. In addition to our amazing prices, we are the go-to source for high fashion footwear. So stop by and shop online. We're sure to have the right shoes for you. www.donshay-shoes.com. That's www.donshay-shoes.com. Don Shay's is the only place you can go to still be sane and have a sure side.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. On a tight budget? Find local savings on loudmouth.com. Find great coupon deals in your area of local restaurants, hair salons, auto, home improvement, contractors, and more. Rate and review your favorite businesses or click and connect them on your favorite social network pages with a friend. Loudmouth.com, the voice for local search, local business, and local savings. Register your small business online today with loudmouth.com, the small business choice for affordable internet and local advertising with plans as low as $65 a month. Create your business mini website profile promoting your products and services. Join the Loudmouth Network and get top placement on loudmouth.com today. You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Have you ever met those type of people that don't quite get it? They just don't understand what it is you feel when you hear Barbara Tucker saying, "I get lifted." They just don't understand when India goes into her prayer, why it takes you there, and you don't understand the words. And honey, it doesn't even matter if you got 2 feet. Woo! And we can feel it.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.